Uh, Baby boy was born February 22nd, 2024. And my best friend went through a surrogacy journey a few years back, and watching how much she loved being pregnant was crazy to me because I had never gone through it, and then I totally understood once I had my own. So I wanted to pursue a surrogacy as well. When Mama held baby after he came out, I'm gonna get emotional. Becoming so close with my surrogate family. I expected to have a good relationship with them because that's what you go into relationships expecting, but I can't see how it could have been better. The matching process was pretty easy. My case manager sent a family that she thought would be perfect that was local, which I never expected. It was the ideal situation, and I went into it thinking that there was no way, and I met them, and the same day we both agreed that it was a good fit. The pregnancy was awesome. I went into it thinking that there's no way it could be that much different from my first pregnancy because I didn't know any better. But it was so different. It was very different in a lot of ways, and I got to learn my body in a lot of new ways, which was really cool and magical. My intended parents were hands-on. They were at almost every appointment if they could be, or they called if they couldn't be for reasons only, like they had COVID one time, or they were out of town one time. So they were super involved, and we sent pictures back and forth, and we talked, and we met up. It was great. I talked to other people about the process in a lot of different ways, just because a lot of people didn't understand either what surrogacy was. Some people didn't understand the difference between a traditional surrogate and a gestational carrier, which is what I was doing. And you get a lot of people coming to you saying, I could never, aren't you attached? But yeah, you're attached in a different way. The baby is coming into the world to their family, and that's so awesome. My son was, I guess he was 2.5 when I had my transfer day. So he didn't really understand much. I had some books. I had 2 books. One was about a little kangaroo mama, and one was about, I think, a koala mama, helping carry babies for other families. So we started reading those, and then when my belly started to get big, we started talking about it more, how there was a baby in my belly. He had met my intended parents, so it was really easy to draw from the books and say the baby in Mama's belly is their baby. And we would talk about that a lot. We had their pictures on our fridge, and we referred to the baby in my belly as Belly Buddy. So my son would come and talk to Belly Buddy, and rub Belly Buddy, and read to Belly Buddy. It was amazing. Delivery was awesome. Much different than my first pregnancy in that my waters broke. And so that was new and exciting for me. Baby came out, and I just, it's so loud in my head, remembering that moment when baby came out, went straight into Mama's arms. Dad starts crying. I start crying. My son's dad was with me as a support, and he's squeezing my hand and beaming. It was the energy in the room was insane. Post-pregnancy is good. I do need to get more active, but I think that's just because towards the end of the pregnancy, I was sitting down a lot more. So working on it. Having a 3-year-old to chase after is helpful. My feelings when mom and dad held their baby for the first time, I can't even explain. It was insane energy. Everybody was happy, and so happy that nobody could contain themselves. At least that's how I remember it in my head. I remember once everything kind of calmed down, mom went over into the corner in the other side of the room. She didn't leave into another room like I know a lot of hospitals are set up. They just stayed in the same room as us because we're like, we like each other, but don't put us in different rooms. And I was laying in the bed while the nurses were fussing over me and just watching her, and it was so calm and peaceful. It was such a good day. I feel like I was completely prepared going into the hospital with my hospital bag. I had snacks, I had hair ties, I had lavender oil, which I didn't even use, and yeah, I think I was totally prepared. Pat on the back for me. So my son came about an hour after baby was born, and he was just very excited to finally meet Belly Betty and learn Belly Betty's name, because we didn't learn until minutes after baby came out. They had to be certain. So that was really fun. He was just very excited, and then he was also confused why my belly was still big. So that was a fun conversation. After the birth, I saw the intended parents every other day because I was providing milk for a while, and now we see each other probably every other week. I think the longest we went was 3 weeks without seeing each other because of life, but we text and we call and we hang out, and it feels like we're just a big family now, and it's awesome. They're definitely friends that I never want to let go of, and I couldn't have asked for a better outcome. Benefits of working with an agency, you could go on about. Going into a surrogacy, you have no idea what could come up, what you need. It's not as simple as I'm carrying a baby for another family. There's legal stuff, there's medical stuff, there's insurance stuff that might come up that you'd never know would come up. And then it's really nice to have a case manager to talk to or get advice from, or just when you have questions about what the day looks like when it comes. So yeah, I could go on about. I would never think to try to do a surrogacy without an agency. For other people that are looking to become a gestational carrier, I would just say go in it with an open heart and enjoy the process. There's a lot of pressure taken off a pregnancy when you get to just enjoy your body and what it's doing, the magic you're making, and you don't have to worry about a crib and all of the things that you need to buy for baby and how your life is going to change when you bring a new baby home. So it's definitely an exciting journey. But I went into this expecting that I could be matched with a family that's far or near, or expected a lot from me or expected nothing from me. So I was pretty open-minded about it. And that being said, there were things that I was really hoping for, and I was really excited that I got the ideal situation. I got better than the ideal situation with my intended parents. They're amazing, and I am looking forward to knowing them and watching their family grow. I would be a gestational carrier again, and my reason would be all in that moment when baby came out, and breathed his first breath and was held by his mama. It was the best feeling I've ever felt in my life, next to bringing my own son into the world.